What is popping, guys? You got your coach of the Chim Chargers here for, I was about to say week 13. My bad. We're here for the quarterfinals, the playoffs, the first match that we have here. Now we are up against A-Drive, coach of the New York Metapods, and we did face him 2 other times. We faced him the first time where we won, and the second time where we lost. Hopefully third time is the charm, but we'll see what happens. I actually just got back from vacation, so hope you guys missed me. You know, I hope you all were entertained by my guest uploads, but you know, we are here now. We're back here, and I got back like yesterday, so I haven't really tested this team out that I made here, and I didn't really do a team builder just because, you know, I faced him 2 other times, so I figured it wasn't really worth doing another team builder since you already know like what I guess my thought process is versus him. But you know, we're back here. I made this team a couple hours ago. Have not tested it. Hopefully it'll work. And this is the time where we can test this team out. You know, this is the time, the perfect time to test this team out versus A-Drive. So we got a team here, and I'm just gonna go over the team really quickly because, you know, you actually I didn't do the team builder, so I figured that, you know, it'd be nice for you guys to know what I have here. So Mega Ampharos is the first Pokemon I have here, and it's pretty much I pretty much just used whatever team I had from week 2, modified it a little bit to make it better. I figured that, you know, it wouldn't be that, you know, that great to give up on that team since we lost with it. I figured I'd try to make it a little bit better, and you know, that's kind of what I have here. So Mega Ampharos is the exact same set as last time, except I'm not running T-Wave. I'm actually running Dragon Pulse so that we can hit stuff like Flygon, and I mean, Dragon Pulse does really well versus his team when his Altaria is not Mega, so that could be pretty useful there, and that's kind of why I have that. So it's pretty much the same set as last time. Nice Volt Switch, Dragon Pulse, HP Fire. I'm not running T-Wave, of course, and I actually have Heal Bell, so that's pretty useful instead of Rest, so I can use it as a Cleric with alongside, you know, I have a Wish Passing Rachi, Wish with Wish Protect, T-Wave, and Iron Head, so that could be pretty useful there. Also got a Bandit Sneasel. Now this Bandit Sneasel here is pretty much the strategy I have this time. It's to weaken his team as much as I possibly can and try to clean up late game with Bandit Sneasel. So I try to use this thing more towards the end of the game, as in when I can, unless I have to try to Pursuit Trap this Victini, and that's kind of why I brought this thing, because last time his Bandit Victini did a lot of work, and I figured that this time, you know, a Bandit Sneasel can put in a lot of work versus him in turn. So now we have here, okay, like I said, we have a Jirachi here, more defensive Jirachi set to take Earthquakes, has some Spadef as well, so it is a Wish Protect set, so we can heal the team up. We got Heal Bell as well, so we got a Cleric, Bandit Sneasel, which is pretty nice. Exact same Keldeo from last time. Just bump the speed up a little bit since I don't want to be slower than whatever Altaria said he brought last time. I think he mentioned that whatever Altaria he had at +1 was still not faster than a max speed Keldeo, so I just brought max speed Keldeo this time. Exact same set because it's just good versus his team. Then we got here the same Donphan from last time because I wanted to have a good way of getting rid of Sticky Web on his team, so having Donphan here would be pretty nice. Exact same set, no changes there. I also have Stealth Rocks, and the final Pokemon I have here is a Togekiss. Now Togekiss here, right now, last time I had Heal Bell on this thing. I had a Heal Bell, Nasty Plot, Roost, and Air Slash. This time I have a more bulkier set with more defenses invested into it, and it has Nasty Plot. It has the exact same Nasty Plot, Air Slash, and Roost, except this time I have T-Wave. So I moved T-Wave from Ampharos to Togekiss. Figured having T-Wave on two pretty decent Mega Ampharos checks, not Mega Altaria checks. Excuse me, I'm a little out of it right now, but yeah, having 2 Pokemon with T-Wave versus Mega Altaria checks is just so useful, so that's why I have it there, in order to stop him from if he has like a Dragon Dance set like last time or something, which is pretty threatening for sure. I mean, he has a pretty cool team. Like, looking at his team, he has Flygon, he has Galvantula, he has Gourgeist, he has Mega Altaria, Victini, and Blastoise, so it's pretty good that he did not bring the Ferrothorn, because that would have kind of been more annoying for my Sneasel. And I mean, Sneasel just puts in so much work versus his team. Like, if I weaken Blastoise, Sneasel literally cleans up his team, so I just have to make sure that, and I prevent Sticky Web for sure, and, you know, just try to do the best I can with you know, the Pokemon I have. And of course, like I said, you know, I have not tested this team out, so we're just going into this right now. So let's go ahead and hop into this game. And you know, A-Drive, I mean, he's a solid player, good friend of mine. He's really been helping me out a lot. So in terms of getting to the GBA, and in turn, of course, I've been also helping him in terms of his matches and stuff like that. So always good to help a friend. Always good to help a friend. So let's just go ahead and hop into this match, and I'll show you guys exactly what went down. I'm sure y'all are excited, so let's get right into it. Let's not delay any further. He's going to be issuing that challenge right now. So I decided that I'm going to be leading off here with my Mega Ampharos, and he's going to be leading off with his Blastoise. I figured turn 1, I would just go right for the Volt, which is a pretty safe play, and because he lit off with Blastoise, I figured he might be anticipating my Ampharos. He might carry Mirror Coat, so I decide going for the Volt Switch, definitely the safe play here. He decides to hard switch into Flygon, not expecting me to go for the Dragon Pulse turn 1, so I mean, pretty, I guess, interesting play since I didn't go for a Dragon Pulse there. Dragon Pulse would definitely kill this thing, but I mean, it's pretty useful just to keep my Fabio and not get it dead or anything like that. So I go into my Donphan here as he goes to the Draco Meteor. I figured that maybe he'd expect Togekiss and go for Stone Edge or something, but he does. I do dodge the Draco, so that's pretty nice. And now he goes into Blastoise here. I can go for the Stealth Rocks, as you know, just getting up these hazards are really useful to whittle his team down. And he decides to make a double here into his Altaria, expecting my Ampharos to come back in, so it was a pretty good play on his part to do that. And I can go back into Ampharos here. He does take the Stealth Rock damage, but I don't think it matters too much because he knows that he has Roost, so he knows that he can literally just bring this thing in, get the Mega off, and he'll be in a pretty safe position. So I decided to go here into my Jirachi. Jay, my name is Joey. Pokemon Cypher bars. You'll hear it soon. But anyways, he goes for the Mega Evolution here. Decides to stay in. So now we can figure out what set he is, and he actually is a special attacking set. So he's not Dragon Dance, which is pretty nice to know. Good to kind of figure out what set he is before it was too late, you know, like last time. So I do get to go for the T-Wave here on this Altaria, knowing that he is slower. So looking at that damage, like he definitely, I do dodge here, but just the damage in general from Hyper Voice, and it just shows that he's more, I guess, offensive, because I am a very bulky Jirachi set. So he's probably a more offensive Mega Altaria for sure. So he does go to Victini here, as I'm able to go ahead and go for the Wish here. I anticipated him to switch out because, you know, why would he stay in on why would he stay in, like he's paralyzed and, you know, Jirachi can just Iron Head it. So I go for the Wish here, decide that my best play is to go into my Fabio, my Mega Ampharos here, because if he does decide to go for V-Create and lock himself in, I can just heal up with my you know, the Wish that I have in store. So he goes for the U-turn here. So looking at that damage, I kind of think that he's maybe scarfed Victini, because I'm a little bit worried about that, because I need to make sure that he V-creates me so that my Sneasel is faster, because then he'll be at -1 speed. So I am able to, of course, get the HP back from the Wish. Decide to go to my Togekiss this time. Last time I went to Donphan, you know, he went for the Draco. Figured I'd switch it up this time. He does go for the Thunder Punch though, so good play on his part, reading my Togekiss this time, coming in. And I do have the Wakan Berry though, which is able to eat it up. But I do get parried, which is pretty unfortunate. I mean, I did dodge a Fire Blast and Draco, so I can't complain. But I mean, it's still a predicament for me just to be parried, because who wants a paralyzed Togekiss anyways, right? Who wants Blunder to be parried? Except Jamvad. But anyways, he's gonna be going for the U-turn here back into his Blastoise, as what I can do is just go for the Air Slash. His Air Slash resist is literally his Blastoise. Like, there's no other flying resist on his team. There's no flying resist at all. So I can go for the Air Slash here, do a little bit of damage to that Blastoise. Then I can pretty much just switch out here. Reason I have to switch out is because I can go to Fabio, get the momentum off if I want. You know, it just puts him in a position where he has to make a play, either Altaria or Flygon. So he goes to the Rapid Spin here, getting rid of these rocks. And I figured that going for the Dragon Pulse this time might be nice, just because of the fact that, you know, last time I went for Volt Switch, he might not think that I have Dragon Pulse this time. He might think that I'm the same set, so he might go back to Flygon again. But he does decide to go to Altaria, so it's pretty safe for him to do that. I mean, I could have gotten some better momentum from the Volt Switch, but, you know, he just went to Altaria, so I have to go for Volt Switch now, and I can go ahead and actually switch out. So looking at that Volt Switch damage, let's talk about that Volt Switch damage real quick. That's a lot of damage right there from Volt Switch, so he's probably not invested as much in HP, because I'm a pretty fast Jirachi. So I mean, he does go for Heal Bell here as I go to Donphan, which is more specially defensive. He gets the crit here, which kind of sucks, but I am in my Sturdy now. I have my Custap Berry. I can get up rocks here, and I can actually just go ahead and activate my Custap Berry next turn. I pretty much expected him to maybe stay in and go for Roost on my Custap, so that I could burn. He'd be able to burn my Custap and then go for Hyper Voice after that. And he just decides to go to Blastoise here. So I mean, I didn't want to risk Altaria. I just went for Heavy Slam. It was a pretty safe play, I guess. Didn't really want to go for Earthquake because that would not have killed. Heavy Slam would have killed. So because I am, of course, more defensively oriented Donphan. So I decided to switch out here, out of the Blastoise into my Fabio, and you know, he just goes right for the Rapid Spin here, just to get rid of these rocks. No point in keeping up rocks anymore. Donphan's pretty low, so I probably won't be able to set up rocks again, and it's just gonna be fodder. That's why I saved it. I just saved it because I can use it to sack off later to bring in something else. He decides to switch out here from his Blastoise into his Flygon this time, as I go for the Volt Switch this time. So he's actually reading my Volt Switch and Dragon Pulses pretty well, which is nice. He's actually, I don't know if he knows that he's reading it well, but yeah, he's doing it well. He's doing it well for sure. He goes for the Draco here, and you know, he's able to knock out my Donphan, and you know, that's pretty much fodder. That's why I kept Donphan. You know, I always got to save Pokemon to sack off later. Donphan goes down here, so I mean, Jam is back, by the way. Even though Donphan died, Jam is back. He's actually uploading again, so I just wanted to point that out. Shout out to Jamvad. Now I bring in my my baby chimp here, my Sneasel, because I can pretty much just go for the knockoff. Knockoff actually kills Flygon from that range, and it actually does a lot to Blastoise, as you can see here. I'm whittling down Blastoise a lot. I didn't think the second knockoff would kill. I mean, I have to base my damage calcs off of approximations because I can't see the HP on the opposing side. So I decided to switch out here into Ampharos, not wanting to risk Sneasel, you know, getting a burn from Scald. So I go to Fabio here as he goes into his Mega Altaria, predicting me to go back, so he makes a nice switch there, so pretty good on his part. I go into Jay, my name is Joey, and you know, he goes to the Fire Blast here, so Jirachi, of course, going to take a lot of damage from that, so that definitely does a lot of damage. I kind of figured that he might be, you know, a more offensive set, like I said. So he's going to be going here into his Flygon here, as I decide right now to go for the Iron Head, you know, just to get off as much damage as I can on anything, including his Altaria, should he have decided to stay in, because he likes to, from what I've seen, stay in on Jirachi with Altaria. So I go for the Protect here just to get up more HP. No reason not to. I mean, I can stall out a turn, see what he wants to do, and just, you know, get some HP back. He went for Thunder Punch there, expecting my Togekiss, so I decided this time, you know, I'll go to Togekiss, you know, because he's not going to go for Thunder Punch twice in a row, and then he went for Earthquake here, so that was a pretty decent play on my part, just to go to Togekiss, expecting him to Earthquake. Now I could pretty much just, you know, stay in, take the Thunder Punch, go for the Air Slash, and knock out Flygon. So Flygon is down. That is awesome. So really good there. He goes into his Galvantula here, so I'm kind of wondering what set he was, because he usually gets up Sticky Web early on in the game, but now he's getting it up like later on. So he does get up Sticky Web here, which is kind of unfortunate because I don't think I can spin with Blastoise. So Sticky Web, I have to play with Sticky Web on the field. And you know, he goes for the Volt Switch here, able to knock me out because there's no reason for me to switch out here. Nothing much a paralyzed Togekiss can do, like I said. So I mean, it was kind of unfortunate we got parried, but nothing we can do about it. You know, we gotta play the best we can. So he brings in Blastoise here. I decided to go into my Jirachi. Like, you're thinking probably, what's Jirachi gonna do to Blastoise? Let me tell you right now, I can go for the Protect here. All good, you know, all good ladder players like myself, you know, we go for the Protect every time, just stall out a turn, to stall out one PP. But you know, I just go for the Protect here, get some more leftovers HP back. Then I can go ahead and switch out here into my Keldeo, and you know, because I did that, you know, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, just the overall, just make sure that I was not in range of dying from a Fire Blast from Altaria. That's why I kind of got a little bit more HP back. Figured it'd be worth it. I mean, Keldeo's not doing much anyways, so I could just go for the Secret Sword here. I'm still faster even after Sticky Web, so I can knock out Blastoise. Blastoise is gone, so Sneasel can put in a lot of work still. I mean, even though there is Sticky Web, Sneasel can still put in work because he is slow Altaria. He's also, I mean, I'm Choice Bandit, right? I have Bandit Ice Shard. Galvantula is in range of Bandit Ice Shard, I think. And he goes for the Volt Switch here. No point in me switching and weakening other stuff. I sack off Keldeo. It's not going to be much use anymore. Anyways, he goes for the Volt Switch here. Brings in his Gourgeist here. So I decided, you know what? You know, I mean, I still have Heal Bell on Ampharos. Might as well just go to Baby Chimp here and you know, go for the Icicle Crash. I'm not Blunder, so I'm not going to miss it anyways. So I go for the Icicle Crash here, and you know, I can just go ahead and just knock this thing out in one hit. I get the critical hit there. If he was max defense, max HP, probably he would have lived with like a sliver or something maybe. I'm not sure what the calc is in level 50. I didn't bother to check yet, but I'm able to fortunately kill the Gourgeist, and I can go ahead now into my Fabio. Now see, like, I'm wondering like what set he is. Like if he's Scarf, right? I have to make him go for 2 V creates in order for me to pursue trap it. That's kind of my goal right now, because if he is Scarf, like looking at the damage, he kind of looks like Choice Scarf Victini. And if he's Scarf and if I have Sticky Web, I have to make him go for 2 V creates, get him to -2 so that my Sneasel will be faster, because my Sneasel will be at -1 after Sticky Web, -1 speed. So he goes for the U-turn here, goes into his Mega Altaria. I just hard switch into my Jirachi here because there's no point in losing my Ampharos right now. As you can see, he goes for the Hyper Voice here, and I might right now be in range of a Fire Blast, so I decided that I'd go for the Protect here. Get myself some more leftovers HP, you know, just try to get back in a range where I don't die from the Fire Blast. So I go for the Protect here, it does fail. And you know, there's no reason for me not to go for Protect once again. I can get more HP back, and that's perfectly fine with me. So I can go for another Protect here, see what he wants to lock himself into. He goes to the V-Create, so this is my chance. This is my absolutely only chance pretty much, just to try to pursue trap this thing. So I decided, you know, I know that Ampharos can take a V-Create, so I go into it right now. So I go into Mega Ampharos here, I go to Fabio. Go to my boy Fabio. As you can see, he goes right for the V-Create here. Well, you'll see soon after I break mold, take Sticky Web and stuff. He goes for the V-Create, and you know, he's gonna be able to do a lot of damage to me, putting me in range of a 2-hit KO. And as you can see, speed fell, right? So I have to make his speed fall one more time. Then this Victini is pretty much dead. He'll be at -2 defense. Pursuit will obviously kill. So he does decide to stay in and go for the V-Create, but now is the time that Baby Chimp shines. You know, now is the time that I could go ahead and pursue trap this thing. Ampharos faints, I mean, it's out of the way, and I don't have any more Victini switch-ins anymore. I have no more ways of beating Victini other than by pursuing him. He does decide to switch out here to preserve it because he knows that's his win condition. and it's gone. So I can go ahead and Pursuit Trap that. And now it's looking pretty nice because he goes into Altaria here because I'm pretty sure he's offensive, right? I'm pretty sure it's like, I mean, it could be a roll to kill with Ice Shard. I am banded Ice Shard, so if he's offensive with like not much HP, definitely it's gonna kill. So I decided to take my chances, go into my Jirachi here. As you can see, he goes for the Fire Blast, so he's able to do a lot of damage there. That's looking really offensive for sure. So I'm not sure how much of HP investment he has, but I figured that my best play was to go for the Iron Head here, just try to Ice Shard. He decides to roost on the Jirachi here, so I can go for the Iron Head, putting him in like a guaranteed range of Ice Shard killing, like 100%. Like I said, I'm not sure what the rolls are, but I know that banded Ice Shard, if he's offensive, is definitely gonna kill from whatever range he was at before, if he's like not much HP invested. So he does miss the Fire Blast here when Hyper Voice would have obviously killed, so I wasn't sure about that play, but yeah, Hyper Voice definitely would have killed from that range. I don't know why he went for Fire Blast, but you know, he's gonna be able to go into Galvantula here, and I can literally just stay in and stack this thing. And you know, last is the Sneasel, which can come in now, and hopefully Sneasel can knock this thing out. We'll see what happens here. As you know, he's pretty much in range. I think it's a pretty good roll in my favor depending on his set. But I can go for the Ice Shard here, knock him out, and that is the game. So we have defeated A-Drive in the playoffs, and now we are going to be moving to the semifinals. Great game, man. Great game. Definitely a solid game for sure. I mean, like, his team is definitely like a tough one to beat, especially with Sticky Web and like Mega Altaria. Mega Altaria is just a versatile Pokemon. Like, you don't know what he could bring, like a special attacking set. He could bring a, you know, a physically attacking set, a Cotton Guard set, you know, agility. It's hard to anticipate what he is until you actually see it. So, and he played it really well, definitely. I mean, I wasn't really too sure about the last plays. I think he might have just been better going for the attack. I don't know why he roosted on the Jirachi, but yeah, it was just a great game overall. It was close and it was nice, and we were able to conquer and come through. And hopefully, you know, the goal right now, right? The goal right now is meeting Chimpact in the finals. That's what I want to do. I need to face Chimpact. Like, I need to face him once, because that's what everybody wants to see, right? Everybody wants to see a Chimpv finals. That's what I have to make it. I have to make it. So, but I'm actually it's gonna be like another of these kinds of weeks for the next week too, because I'll be out. I'm leaving on whenever Joey's leaving, because Joey and I, Pokegame of course, Joey and I are going to Worlds together, so we're gonna be hanging out there, and it's gonna be pretty fun. Pokemon Cypher going down there, but it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be pretty heat. But yeah, I mean, this, I don't know what to say about this battle. It was really good. It was a solid game for sure. Very enjoyable match to watch. I mean, I kind of made some. I could have played a little bit better in the beginning, maybe by going for Dragon Pulse turn 1 and then just getting rid of Flygon right then and there. But I figured, you know, if I played it safe like that, like just whittling his team down, like I said, my game plan was whittle his team down and then, you know, clean up with Sneasel. And I had a guaranteed way of winning in the end. Like, pretty much after him, after I had a way of, like, I had 2 ways of winning in the end. I could have either cleaned up with Sneasel like I did, or I could have sacked off Sneasel after I pursued the Victini, then went to Rachi and Wish protected and stalled out his Fire Blast. That could have been another way I could have won this game. There could have been 2 ways I could have won, but you know, that's pretty much that. And I'm just rambling right now because I don't know. It's pretty nice to see. It's pretty nice to see that I'm actually doing pretty decently in this. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. That I can actually, you know, impress you guys and just put in as much work as I possibly can. So that's gonna be that. Go ahead and check out A-Drive. You know, he's gonna be having his match go up around the same time as me, hopefully, if I can get this out soon. And you know, he's a great friend of mine, so you know, just check him out either way for sure. And you know, it was an honor playing you, man, definitely. And I had a lot of fun, you know, with all the matches that we had, game 1, 2, and 3. So that's that. So hope you guys enjoyed. And of course, you know, there's no team builder, so you don't have to go back and watch something like that. But thank you all for supporting. I really do appreciate it, all the support that I get from you all. And I will see you guys on the next one. Chim Chargers out.